Morning traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones this morning? So yesterday we ended up with a range bar. Okay, so there is our range bar. And that indicates indecision. And for me, the critical thing about this range bar is that it has happened on a moving average, number one. And number two is that it is also happening off a level. So 50% Fibonacci of this move on the daily. So it is definitely happening off a level. And I think if we get down to lower time frames, you'll see there'll be a Fibonacci of this range here as well, which where we also playing around in. So anyway, for me right now, there is a potential for a reversal. Okay, this could just be consolidation for another move to the downside. That is also potential, but I'm still looking for my entry to alongside, and I'm going to run through that why now. Let's just delete this. So for me, this move here and pull down here is a double bottom. Okay, I have diversions on it. It is a Bollinger W bottom. If I put the Bollinger Bands on here, you'll see that this is a double bottom or W reversal. We've got a close above it. We've come back into to test the break, and obviously we've come back a little bit further than what we would like, but the reality is this is still a double bottom. So the higher probability trade right now is a break to the upside. Now, two ways of doing this. So the first one is to do that. Okay, so that is the target area. Let's do that. And the second way of doing this is to do this. Like that. And I'll be surprised if if one of these targets here, or if both of them actually don't line up with something. Oh, they are both indicating a higher high. Okay, so that could really be the Christmas rally. You see how I've done that is the first one is this move down, this move up. We've had a retracement, now we're looking for a second move up, which will run to there. Okay, and then the other one is the double bottom, which is down, up, down. So it's the height of this extended from the break above here, which is up to there. So that's kind of the area that I'd be looking for a swing trade. Okay, let's just get down to the 4 hour. Now, again, on the Bollinger Bands here, we will more than likely have a double bottom here. This is anyway a double bottom to me. I can see it. Don't even need the Bollinger Bands to show me. There is diversions on the 4 hour here. My oscillators are grouped at the bottom. This is a long entry. Okay, and it's a long entry. So as a result, I am currently long. I have a small position in here. So you'll see, where are we going here? Properties. Just show the trade level at the moment. And you'll see I'm in on here. Okay, probably a little bit high for my likings, but when I saw this set up here, I thought, well, it's well worth going in. It's a fairly large stop loss. So it's a 316 point stop loss. But the reality is, for me, this is a 4 hour double bottom. So if we do break above this level and we pull back, I'll be able to move my stop up and be able to add a full size position to this. But right now it's sort of half a single contract, or half 50-cent contract. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. And for me, it's quite important to get in on a trade, just for the sake of making sure that I have some positions in and let it run up, come back, and ready to the upside. Bear in mind that my video trading account is a very small account. We trade off we try to keep it around between 3,000 and 5,000 rand. So at this stage, I think we're sitting at 3,000 rand on this account. Okay, so the objective is to try every month grow that 3,000 into something more. But we'll be doing a proper video series on that going forward. For me right now, that's my entry. I'm looking, and I am still pretty bullish that we are going to be moving to the upside. Now, the thing that is concerning is that these moving averages haven't crossed over yet. Okay, so there's no real indication from a moving average perspective that this trend has changed and we're moving to the upside. One thing that I can see is I've got a double bottom here on the hour, so let's call it a micro double bottom. I'd obviously need to break above my entry. Okay, and this entry was done last night. And you can see pretty much entered up here and still came pretty close to stopping me out before rallying again. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's a pretty small account, and I was more interested in those 4-hour diversions that were brewing. Okay, so what I'm looking for is obviously a crossover of these moving averages. I'm looking for price to break above this level of 25584, and then I'm going to expect a bounce down, and that bounce down will happen, and then I'm expecting it to push through. Okay, so that's kind of the setup that I'm looking for at the moment. What may happen, because we've got a double top here with diversions. Okay, well, not quite. There's continuation diversions here at the downside, reverse diversions here, so kind of a triangle formation. So what may happen is we may come all the way back down here, but we'll manage that shortly. So as soon as we've broken above this fractal, I'll more than likely move the stop up to here. Okay, so what else can we say here? Nothing really that we can look for at the moment, and I think this is also, it's looking like consolidation. This was consolidation here. We then had a rally up, and you can see how we've got more consolidation here, and we have had a crossover on the 30-minute. Okay, so that is kind of my take on this at the moment. I really am expecting this to rally up. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this for now. And what I do want to do is just pop into the ichimoku, and you'll see on the half hour, you can see probably that entry was probably a little bit optimistic, being at the bottom of the cloud, and the cloud being the stick. So, and you can see we're still quite far away from a cloud here on the 1 hour, but we're also, if you look at Kijun and Tikinson, we are flat at the moment. But I am really trading this 4 hour, so that's my entry. That's the view I'm looking at, and the view I look at on the 4 hours, I've got diversions. Okay, you can see I had diversions here. And at the same time, I've got a flat Kijun, and we're sitting inside the cloud. And it is kind of a higher swing low than previously. So for me, this is definitely an opportunity to be long. Hence, we are long. And I'm not too concerned about where the entry was, because this is a 4 hour, so I know I've got a lot more risk on this, but it's also, there's a higher probability that I'm correct. Okay, so what I'm looking for is obviously a break above there. Okay, so a break above 25600, which will break the 200 EMA, is going to give me my second move of this bigger move here. Okay, that was my first test of the cloud. This is my second test of the cloud, and next step is to see what happens now. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. Obviously, I'm looking for a crossover of these two on the 4 hour, but that is going to take maybe even the rest of the week before that happens. So it's pretty easy just to switch to the 1 hour to see what happens on the 1 hour. And lastly, but not least, if you look at this, yeah, that gives me a move straight up to the cloud. Okay, so yeah, that's my view of this today, and nothing else I can show you at the moment. But watching this 1 hour at the moment to see, we've had this gap close, but now I want to see a crossover on the 1 hour, and I want to see a change of direction. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. That's it for me today, and sitting long, and we shall see what happens, I suppose. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.